Tick-tock, time to rock.
Yeah.
We just came through the door. Open up the laptop.
What's up, everybody?
How's everyone going? We just drove back from San Diego here to Phoenix, to Vocab's, and Vocab is the reason we are late. Turns out you shouldn't let Vocab drive on a road trip. That's all I'm saying. He's a fine driver, just horrible with directions. He gets caught up in the music and is not paying attention to the GPS and not paying attention when the GPS is freaking out, saying, "Hey, you missed your turn," and all this stuff. He'll just keep going, and all of a sudden I look at it and I go, "Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere, man." We actually ended up driving past Phoenix and then having to circle back around and come to Phoenix from the other side. So anyway, that's Vocab. But he's willing to play Muhammad, so you got to cut up some slack on horrible driving. All right.
Hey, I see a lot of regulars in here. Good to see you guys.
Let's see who we got in here.
We got
Gerard Perry.
Yeah, Ham Sunshine.
Love and Light.
Renee.
Nobody.
Yeah,
King of Kings. Susan Baker.
Yep.
CP Friends. That's Christian Prince Friends, I'm assuming.
Nice.
Not a verse.
Gerard Perry. What's
Mr.
up, my man?
2P. Andrew Martin.
Carm.
Najim says, do yourself self-destruction on the like button. Yeah. Yes, so, what? Aiden's on here?
Yeah. Aiden, what's up, man?
Oh, we love Aiden.
Super late on the East Coast.
Aiden's our buddy from Harlem.
Yep.
All right, so we got a Vocab's actually getting our stuff in because again we just came through the door and we've been gone for several days. Oh, hey, here we go. We got
it's my penance. I'm missing a turn.
At least he acknowledges that he missed. Now it wasn't one turn; it was two.
It's my penance for missing
it was
two
a long detour. Long detour.
And for one of them, I was literally going here, 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 here. He's just what? What? He thinks I'm joining in with the music, right? Like here. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. What? We got Islam. We got Islam critiqued here.
Oh, what's up, man? Islam critique. Good to see you.
We've got Islam critique. I'm assuming most of you are subscribed to his channel. If you're not, go subscribe because he's putting out some dope stuff. All right. Well, yeah, we wanted to go live because basically today is when I was freed from YouTube jail. So YouTube last week banned me for hate speech for making fun of the KKK and Muhammad's claims that line up with the KKK. And they apparently, just no matter how hard you try, they just do not understand making fun of something versus claiming something yourself, right? Now, so, because think about it, right? We've got the KKK character who sounds like a complete idiot the entire video. The KKK is identified as a white supremacist hate group at the very beginning of the video. He says stupid, moronic things the entire time and gets blown up in the end by accident. And so, obviously, anything that he is saying is not us saying it. We're making fun of it, right? We're making fun of what he's saying. So, there are basically two possibilities here. When YouTube blocks me for hate speech, by the way, they don't tell you what you said, right? They just say hate speech in this video. Sometimes it'll be hate speech in like a 3-hour video, right? And they'll just say hate speech. You're like, what in the world was it? They don't tell you. They don't give you any information. But for that, notice there are two possibilities. They're either they're saying that what the Klansmen said was hate speech, in which case, well, we're making fun of that. We're not promoting that. Or two, they're claiming that what Muhammad said is hate speech in the video, in which case, guess what? Muhammad said things that we took directly from the Muslim sources. So take your pick, ladies and gentlemen, on what the hate speech, the bannable hate speech is in that video. But my goodness, they're either complete morons and don't allow you to make fun of the KKK, or they're calling Muhammad's claims hate speech. In which case, I would agree, but it would never occur to me to ban it. If you think about it, these guys are like the new, like the trust and safety teams of the various platforms, whether that's YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. These guys are the modern equivalent of book burners. Remember book burners back in the day? The Nazis would gather together all books that conflicted with Nazi ideology and put them in a big pile, and burn them, and they're all rallying around and burning these books because they disagree with the content. How is that actually different from, you know, these platforms saying, we disagree with this content, we disagree with that content, oh, they said this, oh, they made fun of Muhammad, and saying we're banning this, we're banning people and content, no one should be allowed to say this. It seems like kind of the same idea, that here's my ideology and you're saying something that conflicts with it, and I have to shut you down. I have to stop your content. And so I think the social media trust and safety teams are the modern book burners of our times. Anyway, that video is on BitChute, and I mentioned in a message I sent out today on YouTube with the little messaging system that the video is still up on Wyatt's channel, so you can actually go still watch it there. He actually starts off in the little description box saying, "Hey, YouTube, this is satire. Do you not get it?" So maybe that's why it's still up. But I'd be interested in seeing whether it actually stays up. I hope it does, because then, you know, I could just, if it stays up and they don't ban him for hate speech for posting the exact same video that they banned on my channel for hate speech, then I can actually put his video in the playlist, in the Boom Boom Room playlist, so that when people are watching through the playlist, they can actually still see it. All right, so John, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't just be sitting there the entire time.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just reading the comments, reading from my phone because I can't see on the screen. But what's up, people? It's good to see so many.
Are you blind? You can't see on the screen?
Yeah, I am almost blind.
Oh, yeah. Hey, check this out. First and last says, hello, David, John, and Vocab.
What's up, Vocab?
What up, Vocab?
Vocab. Said congrats on the 400,000 subs. Yeah, I would have posted something about that, but I was banned by YouTube for hate speech.
Yeah.
For making fun of the Ku Klux Klan and a bunch of dumb things Muhammad said.
So wait, when we started recording, you were almost at, no, you were at about 150K or something like that, because you weren't at 200. I remember you were getting closer to 200 when we recorded that video with Anthony Rogers and Vocab, that skit on my channel. And then, yeah. But yeah, hey, looks like Mike Wingerling's in the house. Mike Winger.
Mike Winger?
Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on, bro?
Hold on.
You tell him what?
Hey, I encourage everybody to go to Mike Winger's channel and subscribe, and also make sure that you watch his most popular video. It's very powerful.
Oh, yeah. It's called something on Jehovah's Witness, how to talk to Jehovah's Witness at your front door. He loves that video too.
Yeah. Don't be distracted by his haircut or what he's wearing or the skits or anything like that. It's just a fantastic video, and I encourage everyone needs to watch it on YouTube.
But yeah, so yeah, we had a long drive. Go ahead.
Aiden says, how was it? I'm assuming he's talking about, because this was from a few minutes ago. I'm assuming he's talking about the conference. Yeah.
It was dope. I flew into Phoenix, and then we drove down to San Diego all together. They picked me up from the airport, and then we all just drove down. That was on Tuesday, and tonight we just drove back. But the conference was fun, man. We got to see a lot of familiar people. Got to hang out with a lot of people. There's a lot of YouTubers there, so we started kind of plotting some stuff for the future.
Oh, we're plotting. we're plotting. And it's kind of two groups. One, wherever we go now, any conference we go to, we have all kinds of people coming up to us saying, hey, I want to get on YouTube, I want to start a channel and stuff like that. And how do I do that, and what advice do you have? And so we sit there giving them, trying to give them tips on how to get started and things like that. The other thing is, at the conferences, you have a bunch of other YouTubers, right? So again, we're there with Inspiring Philosophy and Mike Winger, Tim Stratton, Jorge. He's the social media guy for Frank Turek, us, several others, and we're
IP. Do you say IP?
Yeah, I mentioned IP.
Okay.
And so anyway, there are a bunch of us there, and 1 Minute Apologist Bobby Conway.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Tim, who's the tech guy for Bobby Conway, and basically we were sitting down and plotting, because a lot of time us YouTubers were kind of like, we're kind of like, have a Rambo mentality. We'll go take on everyone ourselves and stuff like that. And for years I just did videos sitting in front of my bookshelf, and that's all I did. Never occurred to me to work with anyone else. Yep, turns out works better if you got a plan and people are working together. So we're working towards an online Islamic empire here in the near future.
Online Islamic empire?
Yeah, that's what you said. Islamic.
As far as what I'm focused on, that's me. That is that's Islam Critiqued here.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Islam Critiqued. And as far as the rest of the guys, yeah, you guys can have your empire of atheism. And what else is there? Cults.
Culture.
We need someone dealing with the cults.
Yeah, culture.
The culture. That's you. You're the culture guy.
Yeah, whatever's going on. Hey, Robbie, what's up, brother? I keep seeing you on there. Robbie's one of my friends back at home. Good to see you on here, man. Yeah, you guys. What do you guys? You guys can send us some questions too if you guys want to do a little Q&A.
Yeah. So we got a couple of things. Oh, we're going to once Vocab's done. He's putting some frozen pizzas in the oven right now, but we ran into some Hebrew Israelites on our way back here. We're going back home, and Vocab's like, hey, their school is over by here. Let's go over there. So we went over their school, and we couldn't figure out if we were in the right place. So I was like, Vocab, get out and go look and see if this is the actual place. So he gets out, and bam, 2 Hebrew Israelites are walking right there, and they see him. They immediately knew who he was. And anyway, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
We can talk about it now already.
Are you ready?
Yeah. And
hang on, let me answer this because I just pulled it up. But Isaiah said, when will you do a live stream and talk philosophy with Inspiring Philosophy? That'll actually be soon, because we talked about it. We talked about it there, and he gave me some possible topics that we could bring up. But yeah, I'm thinking in the next week or two with IP. So all right, want to sit down real quick?
No, I'm cool right here. No, man, come back.
I need some water.
Oh, okay. I put water in the freezer for you.
And
in the freezer, there's a water bottle. All right, so John, we gotta tell the story together.
Yeah.
So I said, once they dropped me off by the Hebrew Israelite school, which is called Israel United in Christ, and what city was it? Was it El Cajon or was it
La Mesa?
La Mesa, which is basically San Diego, but technically it's La Mesa. So if you're in that area, you know what's up. So I was making sure the right address, we had it right. And so I saw it, and then I was coming back, and then 2 Hebrew Israelite guys in purple and gold walked by, but I thought they had already walked around the building. So then I went back to go in the van, but they had not walked around the building, so they turned around and they saw me. And I got in the van, but we knew it was over because immediately, what were they doing, John?
Yeah. It's funny because they walk by. Okay, so let me try to describe this. So they walk by, and so Vocab was walking this way. They were walking this way, and then they cut a corner to go around the building. Looked like they're heading to a parking lot, and then they couldn't see Vocab, of course, because he was going this way. But then they stopped. And then I saw him smiling and like talking to each other, like, you know what I mean? So they recognized him. And then Vocab came back, and then they were still stopped there. And then they so we were turning because we were headed to go eat. So we went around the corner, And then we saw them. They were on their phones and stuff like this, trying to, or they were on their phones.
Part of their protocols. As soon as they see me, they have to call their higher ups. And so we were like, well, they're freaked out now because they were acting like skittish right away. And so we were like, hey, let's go get some Chick-fil-A, and then we'll come back, and then maybe we can have like a little video we do in front of the school, because we weren't trying to bother them or anything like that. We just wanted to talk about this religion with some specific Bible verses, specifically Matthew chapter 7, and then we wanted to just have the school as a backdrop, basically. That's really all it was, because it has their logo and stuff. So we were like, okay, let's go back. So what was it, 30 minutes later?
Yeah,
so
at least,
figured, you know, they'd be done if they were shook up or whatever. So we come back 30 minutes later, and two guys are walking on the street patrolling in and out. They're like patrolling, you know, the outside, right? These two Hebrews are like guards, I guess. And right away they saw us. And we were like, man, so we already had out the camera, had out the Bible. And the idea was I was simply going to film and then ask David and John their perspective on Hebrew Israelites, because they basically experienced them producing some bad fruit, as it were. So the second they see us, I felt like they picked up their pace, but I know this, they ran inside the school. Not literally ran. They scurried, whatever you want to say, inside the school.
They skedaddled.
They skedaddled, right? Yeah. And they scrammed. So they got inside the school and shut the door, you know, and I assume locked it. Right?
There's like blinds, and the blinds were down and everything.
The blinds were down, everything. Yeah, you could hear the guy talking in the background, yelling, teaching. You know what I mean? Yeah. Probably, we're being persecuted right now, or, you know, whatever he's saying. I mean, we didn't hear exactly what he's saying. So we do our little video, and then, like, it was kind of basic. Everything was done. Nothing happened.
Wait, tell them what we were saying, so that they'll understand perfectly tied in.
So David was saying, my main view of the Hebrew Israelites is that they're cowards, specifically IUIC. The reason he was saying that is because last time we went out on the quarter, they wouldn't engage us. Actually, it's 2 times they wouldn't engage when David, John, and I were together. Once when we were doing Islamicize Me, and the other time when we were just filming them in the background. But
specifically, they'll have your videos banned. Like if you post a video criticizing their teachings and so on, they'll falsely complain. They'll make false copyright claims to YouTube, even if all the content is yours and you're just talking the entire time. They'll file a fake copyright claim saying this guy took our material. Get your video taken down, which you'll eventually win. You'll get it. It'll get back up, and it might be 3 or 4 weeks later. So they'll do stuff like that. And I just regard that as like total like coward nonsense.
Yeah. So both of David's videos that had Hebrew Israelites in them, both of them got taken down. Hey, Vixen, you're cursing in the live chat. Moderators, time out, Vixen. Come back with clean G language, please.
What kind of language? Is it really bad? Because I just block people like that. I don't time them out. I block them.
A, B, C, D, E.
What?
You know, that letter afterwards.
Yeah, a moderator, just you can block dudes like that.
Oh, okay, whichever we're gonna do. So, you know, there we are, and the video, we're done, right?
Oh, this was
no, we weren't done yet.
We were because
you were talking to me.
I thought we were wrapping up.
We're kind
of wrapping up, right?
We were wrapping up.
And then what do we see, guys? Through this
so hold on. So behind us,
we're standing like where these bookshelves are the blinds, right? Are the blinds of the school?
Yeah, because we're facing away from it. Vocab's recording us, right in front of us, and then behind us is the blinds.
The blinds of the window of the school, and all of a sudden we see. We see the blinds open and dude peeping through. We have to look at the footage because Vocab is not used to recording. So we're hoping that the camera catches that really well. But then we just all turn around. We're looking at this. We're looking at this.
Because they're looking at us out the blinds.
Them peeping through the blinds. And then so what happened? So
I remember the hole getting bigger. It started small and then it got bigger.
And because somebody stuck a phone underneath and was trying to videotape us or take pictures or something. It was so funny. It was weird.
Weird. Can you imagine? They've got a school full of Hebrew Israelites in there. Vocab and me, we're out there talking about these guys, and they're peeping through blinds at us. We were.
I was like,
we were laughing.
Could you imagine a room full of us, right? Apologists who debate people and talk to people and stuff like all day, all the time, and a school full of training people like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're hiding out from like 2 or 3 people or something, like coming to like, you know, it's just ridiculous.
My favorite part is when the little camera.
Yeah, the little camera. You see the little camera picture.
So what's funny is, so I handed David the camera because we weren't like on their property, so we couldn't really see in there that well. So I handed it to him because he's taller, so he can see over the banister better and kind of get a real good shot of the window. So I gave it to him. So he's like holding the camera, basically, hey, you guys are filming us, we're filming you, right? So I give it to David, and then shortly after that, but it's kind of long, then the blinds closed. But they didn't shut all the way, so I saw these little fingers trying to get it just right. So it was just so we were all laughing. We were out on the sidewalk just dying laughing. This was all funny to us. And David's like, we just said they were cowards.
It was the whole time. John's basically saying how nasty they are and the way they come at people. And I'm just talking about them being cowards. And then just this little...
It was at the same time, too.
This little peeping. They're playing bunch of little peeping Toms there.
And so I had said before this all started, I said, I think if we do this, they might call the cops on us. And I can't remember who. One of them was like, no, they're not going to call the cops on us. I was like, these guys are known for calling the cops on people. And so sometimes we say IUIC stands for Israel United and Cops.
And that's ridiculous, though, right? Yeah. Because, like, why do they call it? They try to silence anybody who, like, even says anything about them in a light that they don't like. So,
but yet they're on the street.
They try to get the videos banned. They, you know, call it the cops on you before, right? Not this group, but
this group.
No, this IUIC, group. But not this same location.
You're right. Oh, Phoenix. Yeah. And so I already have a video called IUIC calls the cops on me. Yeah. So we said that, and then so we're kind of winding down. It's all done, you know, whatever. And we're laughing and all that. So we go back to the car. Right?
This was not long. We were 2 blocks away. We walk back to the car. We get in the car, and the road that we're on, you couldn't turn left, so we had to drive back kind of in front of the school. We had to turn right and then go down, do a U-turn. And as soon as we pull out, so you're talking like maybe 4 minutes, 4 minutes after we're out in front of their school.
Lights on, everything. 2 SUVs.
Yeah.
2 SUV cop cars come, and I'm like, wait, did they call the cops on us? Now, because I thought maybe they're going past, but nope. They stopped right in front of the school and parked out in the street, right in front of the school, and then the other one in the parking lot. And we're like, bro, they called the cops on us. So I pulled out my phone because we didn't have time to get the camera out again, and got this little snippet of of that. And I had said the cops might come up to us, and so I had this whole elaborate thing of how I was going to show how we were doing a documentary on hate groups, which you know, we're filming about this group, and I had this website pulled up on my phone and this whole elaborate thing because I said they probably might call the cops on us, which they did. Now, fortunately, we had already left at that time.
Yeah, guys, he was gonna. If the cop said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He's gonna say, "We're reporting on hate groups, and here, the Southern Poverty Law Center,
our friends
have identified these guys as a hate group." So he's going to use the Southern Poverty Law Center to defend us being out there. So
this is before they had called the cops. This is before we even got out. So that footage is going to be crazy. We're thinking of calling it the Hebrew Israelites play peekaboo. Because the little eyes coming out, and we want to play I always feel like somebody's watching me, right?
No, you should ask them.
Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you.
Did they call?
They did call Esau.
Oh, wait, and what else happened?
Wait, you saw Esau?
Yeah.
Hey, what else happened though? Remember? So afterwards, you're on your phone on the videos. Remember when you're looking at the video?
No. Yeah, he's talking about when you watch one of their videos. You're like,
I
wonder what they post on their site. And the first video he clicks on, in the first few seconds, the guy goes, "We can't be hiding. We can't be hiding."
The word says.
And I was like, "My goodness, man!" And he was They were recording this from inside the place. It's an earlier talk. It's a YouTube video, but it's
same
they're
school.
recording
the exact
right there
same
at that
people.
school saying, we can't be hiding. And They're literally in there hiding.
That's so funny.
This, I think I have it on my phone. It wasn't playing. Well, it's on my phone.
That's all right. Well, you uploaded it anyway.
You can check that out. Vocab will have that footage up on his website.
Yeah.
We still have to take a look at it because it's a new camera.
He's out here. Let me do this thing. Go ahead.
Here. Let me show you this one part.
As it was written,
Just
so
this one
people could
part.
See that he was fulfilling the things that was written in the scriptures. He made sure people saw that thing. Go ahead. Fear not, daughter of
Let me show
Zion.
you this. Let me show you this.
And upon a coat, the foal of an ass.
Look.
So he did that thing. Why? To fulfill the scriptures, and he did it publicly so people could see it. You know what I'm saying? So we're not supposed to do this thing and hide, and not supposed to show everybody what's going on. Nah, the scriptures say you will see your teachers before you. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. Go to
Hey, watch me get a copyright strike now.
I know exactly. I was thinking that.
They played 10 seconds of more video.
They're always calling for help,
Cowards,
right?
a bunch of cowards.
Yeah, man.
YouTube, save us! Please save us!
Hey guys, what songs do you think for the video? Because I was thinking,
Who are we gonna call? Esau.
Jumping Like a Monkey suggested Private Eyes Are Watching You. I was thinking when we walked away, I was like, John, how did you not start singing? How did you not start singing? I always feel like somebody's watching me. But
That's funny.
Lost the opportunity.
Yep. You saw Esau. See, it says if your channel gets deleted, how can we find you?
Oh yeah, who said that? How far back is that?
That's brand new, son. Yeah, right there.
All right, so Sarthak asks a good question. If my channel's deleted, how can I find you? Couple things. One, I do have a backup channel on a different platform. That's on BitChute. As far as communicating with people, because I realize since I'm not on Facebook anymore and not on Twitter, then when YouTube shuts me down, I kind of have no way of contacting people, because that's normally how you would normally contact people on another platform. And I don't have a ton of people yet following me on BitChute. So as far as the people who are on YouTube, I just have no way of contacting them. So one thing I'm going to do is make a... I used to use websites, but since I focus more on YouTube, I just haven't focused a lot on websites. But I was talking to a guy at the conference there who does websites, and I said, hey, I want you to make me a cool website with something on there where people can sign up for a mailing list. And I'll basically, once that's set up and where it has something on there where you can put your email in so that I can contact you, then once that's up, then I'll post a video saying, hey guys, everyone who wants to be notified in case I get shut down or something like that, or something gets blocked or I'm suspended or something, if you want to be notified about that, then go and put your email in there, and that way I'll be able to contact people. That same guy also does phone notifications. So I can tell people, hey, text this code, and if you text that code, then you basically agreed to receive notifications. And that doesn't have to be about something bad happening. That could be like video notifications. Like you can pick which kind of notifications you want, right? Like, do you want to be notified every time I post a video on YouTube or something like that? So there's those things. And if my channel just ever got fully banned, I would probably
be homeless.
Yeah, I would probably just start posting videos on other people's channels, right? So if I was making something dealing with atheism, I'd probably post it on John's channel. Making something on Islam, probably post it on the Apostate Prophet's channel and stuff like that. And basically, keep making videos and just letting other people use them. So that's the idea. But I'm at the end of the day, I'm hoping I don't get banned by YouTube. It's just the things they block me for, right? I don't post any hate speech. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate Muslims. I think their ideology is stupid, and I think that you should be able to criticize and even make fun of stupid ideologies. YouTube allows you to do that with any ideology on the planet except one, right? If you're criticizing and making fun of one of the stupid teachings of one particular ideology, YouTube has a problem with it. The problem is they're just completely inconsistent, right? I mean, if they blocked all criticism of Muhammad, they would obviously just shut down my channel immediately. They're just completely inconsistent. The things they block for. I mean, earlier this year, the first video I had banned this year, the entire video was, I forget, like 3 minutes, and it was just me quoting Muhammad, telling his followers that a black man is going to come and destroy the Kaaba. I basically I basically pointed out, hey, this is kind of messed up. You're saying, hey, a black man is going to come and destroy our holiest site, right? That could cause people to get worried. So I basically said that video was taken down as hate speech, right? And so notice what's the hate speech? Or is it what Muhammad said? If so, I'm criticizing it. Or is it hate speech to criticize that? Is it hate speech to say, hey, it's messed up that Muhammad simply says, basically, watch out for a black guy who's going to come and destroy our holiest site. So anyway, that's a problem. YouTube is totally inconsistent, and so you just don't know what's going on. With all of that said, we're not going to be on here very long because we have a video to make. Since I'm allowed to post videos again, the video we're recording tonight is going to be Muhammad meets the YouTube Trust and Safety Team, and so it's going to be an episode of Muhammad's Boom Boom Room, where he's going to meet someone from YouTube's Trust and Safety Team to try and get to the bottom of this and their rules. So we'll we'll see if YouTube lets it slide or if they block it. I don't know, because
you never know, man.
Yeah, you just don't know. It's they can basically call anything hate speech, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some Vocab made us a bunch of pizza here.
Yeah.
Hey, people saying I'm an amazing Muhammad, so maybe they can subscribe to my channel since I'm always number 3.
Oh yeah. For those of you, hey, I just mentioned that, you know, if I ever get fully banned, I'll just be posting stuff on other people's channels. One of the channels I'll be posting on is Vocab Malone's.
And then Vocab will get banned.
Now, those of you, Sam F just asked, were you, I'm guessing you came in late, Sam F, because we talked about this. Were you suspended for the KKK video? Yes, I was suspended for 1 week. I couldn't post. That's why I haven't posted in the last week. And today is when I was released from YouTube jail or prison or whatever, so I could post again. So I'm posting this today. After this, we are going to record another episode of the Boom Boom Room. Hopefully, I'll have that up tomorrow night because I'm going to record it, and then I have a flight, and then
oh, your flight's at 7.
You know, it's like 8:40 or something.
Oh, okay, that's early.
Yeah. So
Hey, someone said congrats on 400,000 subs.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. Several people have been saying that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for the congrats, and I'm hoping we go to 500,000. Hoping we go to 6, 7, 8, 9, and I would love to be a YouTube channel that breaks 1 million. And based on the stuff we were discussing, on the trip, if YouTube does not shut us down, I believe we're going to have several million-plus subscriber Christian apologetics channels on YouTube.
Yeah.
Vocab just mentioned his channel. The link to his channel is in the description box. If you're watching this live stream, I assume you like watching live streams. Some people don't, right? Some people prefer short videos, 4-minute videos, 8-minute videos, 10-minute videos, things like that. They don't like watching. Live streams. But Vocab focuses primarily on live streams. He does other kinds of videos and stuff. He does historical videos and videos where he goes and basically shows up and challenges Hebrew Israelites to discuss various topics and so on. But he regularly live streams either by himself, where he'll be discussing a topic, teaching on a topic, or have a guest on with him. So if you like live streams, the link to Vocab's channel is in the description box. And awesome channel. And come on, guys, it's Vocab. This is Vocab from Islamicize Me. This is Vocab who plays Muhammad.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Who in this world is living a more dangerous life right now than a guy who regularly rolls up on Black Hebrew Israelites, challenging them? Because keep in mind, some of the guys are actually pretty nice, right? We've run into guys who are pretty nice. Some of them will kill you. Some of them will kill you. And one of the guys that John and Vocab were talking to, we actually mentioned this in the video we were just recording. One of the guys from the group, the local group that John and Vocab were talking to, they talked to him and he got very angry and so on. But later, this is the guy you may be familiar with in Phoenix who killed his family. He killed his family because they weren't. He didn't think they were going to be devout enough in following the law. Wasn't that it?
He accused his wife. He accused his wife of adultery with no evidence, and then killed the kids because they were crying because they said the Bible says don't mourn for the wicked dead.
Right.
Which it doesn't really say that exactly like that.
Yeah. So anyway, that sounds like a real winner there. Anyway, this is the guy. These are the guys that Vocab's mess with, right? So the point is. Again, you have a lot of Hebrew Israelites that you could sit down and talk with, and you're going to disagree with them, but you can disagree peacefully with them. You have others that will kill you, and Vocab is the one who keeps poking the hornet's nest there. As if that weren't enough, he is the only guy who portrays Muhammad in any sort of regular fashion that I'm aware of. On the planet and in history, right? This is the one. This is the one guy who regularly portrays Muhammad. And so, if you really wanted to mess with two groups, he picked two good ones there. And by the way, I mean, when we made Islamicize Me, some of you know, that was actually based on a true story, loosely based on a true story, inspired by a true story. The true story that it was inspired by was that Vocab was friends with a guy who converted to Islam and then died trying to kill Robert Spencer and Pamela Geller at a cartoon contest. So if you've watched Islamicize Me, that's the basic plot line. Now we change the details. We make these, we point out all the silly teachings of Muhammad as we go through there. But so anyway, the point is, notice that guy was in Phoenix. That guy who knew Vocab went out in a blaze of glory trying to kill Robert Spencer and Pamela Geller. He got killed. So anyway, the point is, that was a guy who would kill you for making fun of Muhammad. And what do? Well, we spend quite a bit of time making fun of Muhammad, not just for the sake of making fun of him. We if you notice, all our criticisms are content based. When we're making fun of you, it's because of something one of your teachings is just stupid, and so we are happy to make fun of that. Anyway, point is, my goodness, if you want an interesting fellow to have a live stream with, here's this guy.
Hey, Doc Funny's in the house. He says the halal heroes back together again.
Yeah, and if you don't, who are the halal heroes?
Islamicize Me.
Yeah, that was we named ourselves the halal heroes.
A couple other super chats too. Shout out to Peter Millick for the super chat. By the way, if you're looking, the guy's name is Elton Simpson. Elton Simpson is the guy, and actually you can see a clip online of CNN interviewing me about it. And then the Hebrew Israelites' name is Austin Smith.
Patar says, did Simon of Cyrene help Jesus carry his cross, or did he carry it for him? It's some combination. They would have placed the cross on Jesus. And by the way, when it says cross, we think of cross as an entire cross. What you would have carried is the cross beam. The cross beam. There would have been some sort of post or a tree even, and so you would carry the cross beam to the place of crucifixion, and then would be placed on a tree, forming what we think of as a cross. So, so what would have happened was that Jesus would have, after he'd been brutally tortured, would have had the crossbeam placed on his shoulders. Jesus would have eventually fallen over and been helped by Simon of Cyrene, and so something along those lines.
Real quick, let me add to that. The reason why some people ask that is because they see Matthew's account, which says that they pressed Simon of Cyrene into service to bear the cross. That's Matthew 27, 31, 32. Then there's Mark's account, which is Mark 15, 20 through 21, which says Simon of Cyrene to bear the cross, same thing. Then Luke's account, Luke 23, 26, and it says, place on him the cross to carry behind Jesus, speaking of Simon of Cyrene. So those are the synoptic gospels, and you have Matthew, Mark, and Luke together. Now, everybody, regardless of which they think gospel was written first, everyone who studies the field recognizes that John's gospel was last out of the 4 gospels as far as the date of composition. So the point is, John would have had access, liberal, conservative, and everybody in between, New Testament scholars agree, John would have had access to Matthew, Mark, Luke's account, the synoptic gospels, as well as who knows what oral traditions. Not only that, but if he is John the disciple, which I believe he was, actually eyewitness, because he's the only disciple who stuck around. So the reason why some people ask that is because they sometimes go to John 19:17, which I have in front of me, which says, they took Jesus, therefore, and he went out bearing his own cross to the place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha. The main thing to recognize there is, it does not say Jesus bore his cross alone. It's the main thing. History, you include certain details and leave out others, so it's a combination thereof. It does not say, though, that he was alone. It does not say Jesus bore his cross alone. So this does not eliminate Simon assisting. This is something John's not really including in his account.
Yo, Gibson254 says, I love Sam Shamoon's channel, especially when he schools people in the comment section. It's so hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
he goes at
he
him.
Argues with his
Sam
goes at him.
sounds crazy. Is he here? Is he coming over?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. Is he? Let me text him.
Cool.
Sam is good at schooling people. Speaking, the comment right above Patar's comment here is from God. My goodness, come on, what are you doing, man? He said, "What made Jesus become a god? Can Jesus create soil?" Johannes 2:2017. My God and your God. This verse destroys the Trinity. Only if you completely ignore the entire rest of the Gospel of John. The Gospel of John is a book that begins by declaring that Jesus is God and yet is also distinct from another person in the Godhead. Jesus. So anyway, if you just think about the very beginning of the Gospel of John, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. So there's a distinction between the Word and God, and the Word was God. So that should clue you in that you're getting to some deep theology here. And then later, you in the opening chapter, you have and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So this is the incarnation. This is if you read the chapter 2 of Philippians, we call this the kenosis. This is when God enters into creation and limits himself in various ways so that he can be a human being living among us. And so if you're saying God can't do that, I just don't know what kind of God you believe in. If God wants to enter into creation and do that, can he do it? I would certainly say yes. But what you have here is now you have Jesus with a physical body. And Jesus with a physical body, is he going to, if he's the incarnate Son, the incarnate Word, is he going to become an atheist? Or is he going to continue his relationship that he's had for all eternity with the Father? I would say he would continue that. But if he's actually entered into creation and has a human nature now, how is he going to continue that relationship? Well, he would continue that relationship through prayer. And so we see Jesus praying. If Jesus has become a human being with a human nature, And as we read in the Old Testament, God is the God of all flesh. Then does Jesus, with a human nature, have a God who would be the Father? Yes. So you notice, if you have a doctrine like the doctrine of the Trinity and the Incarnation, you can go to any passage and ignore everything else and then use that one passage to refute some aspect of it. That's not what we do as Christians. We look at all of Scripture. We look at all of Scripture. You got something you want to add here?
Well, just that in the Quran, 5...
Wait, do we even know that this guy is a Muslim?
No.
Wait, it said, no, yeah, right there. It says Allah. It says Allah, the one and only.
Yeah, it seemed like he was. But in Quran 5:110, you have an account that seems to be taken actually from earlier accounts that were basically legends running around the Arabian Peninsula, where you have Jesus supposedly creating out of clay birds, and then, they come alive. So the interesting thing why I bring that up is because he says, can Jesus create soil? Well, it's interesting that in the Quran itself, you have Jesus creating birds out of the soil. So I don't know what the significance of that specific question is, because I would ask you, according to your understanding, can Jesus create birds?
Yeah, what's easier, to create soil or to create life? Because according to the Quran, Jesus created life. He created living birds.
Which
out of clay.
The Quran says only Allah has the power to do. Now, I know the Muslim answer is that Allah gave Jesus leave, which means permission and power. It's kind of like the way it goes. But you have Jesus doing things that other guys, other prophets never did. For example, Muhammad never created life. Am I missing something? So, I mean, who's greater? I go with Jesus every time.
Mm-hmm. And we'll have much more on this in the near future because, man, we really want to go into a lot of detail on some of the problems with Islamic theology.
One other funny thing about him bringing up John is right in that section of John towards the end.
Yeah, right there.
Is Thomas. That's I think that's
who identifies Jesus as my Lord and my God.
And the Greek construction is especially explicit. He says in Greek, literally, the Lord of me and the God of me. That's literally what it says.
Yep.
And so you have Thomas saying, my Lord and my God in the English translation. That's the way it's usually translated out, which is fine. Jesus doesn't condemn or correct him, and in fact, he commends his faith, but says those after who have not seen will have they'll even basically have greater reward because their faith is greater. You saw, that's why you believe. So it's not some curse word or swear word. He's directly talking to Jesus Christ. It says, my Lord and my God. Mm-hmm. So that's a good passage, I encourage people to use that.
Yep, and so, but notice the methodology here. You've got a book that begins by identifying Jesus as God. You've got a book that ends by identifying Jesus as God. Jesus repeatedly identifies himself as God, and yet Jesus repeatedly distinguishes himself from the Father. If you are taking the words of Jesus seriously, what should you do? You should say, okay, Jesus is God, but the Father's also God, and the Holy Spirit's God, and yet the Bible consistently maintains that there's only one God. I wonder what we do here. Oh, we need something like the doctrine of the Trinity, but somehow this refutes the Trinity. Anyway, interesting.
That verse, by the way, is John 20:28, if you're looking for when he says, my Lord and my God.
Notice, same exact chapter that he quoted to show that Jesus is not God.
And on this channel, you'll find the Trinity in the Old Testament. There's a series on that on this channel as well, too. So check that out.
People are mentioning Vocab.
What's up, Vocab?
Spitfire here says, is there a David Wood archive lurking somewhere on BitChute or something? I always have a plan to, but it basically takes lots of time to re-upload. I've got, over 1,000 videos, I think, and, to kind of find those on whatever drive I have them on and to upload them and to, put a thumbnail in and stuff like that. Takes a lot of time. I try to do it over time. I need to pick up the pace because I do need an archive. With that said, we've said before, everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to post my videos on your own channels, right? So in other words, you can make your own channel, and you could call a channel David Wood Archive or something like that, and you could just back up as many videos as you want, or you could just post them to your own channel. Not stingy with my content. If I post a video, it is there. It is available for everyone. Do with it as you will. So if anyone wants to work on that, it's more power to you.
One last thing is I needed to show everyone the pizza cutter is a lightsaber. Pizza cutter, and watch this.
So Vocab has toilet seats that are Star Wars toilet seats too. I noticed that when I went to.
Yep, that's right. I do it all for the kids, man. Do it all for the kids.
Yeah.
Shout out to Love and Light.
And what about the G.I. Joes?
All for the kids.
All for the kids, man.
Yeah, no matter what the age.
Love and Light, what's up? Good to see you here.
Mm-hmm. Love your work in Christ, brothers. No one can stop you. No YouTube, no nothing. And by the way, that is how I feel, right? There are lots of people, it'll be the end of the world if YouTube, shut you down. That'll just be the end of you. I don't think it is. One, I would probably focus on some other things. I'd probably, finally finish a book or something like that. Again, I'd post for other people's channels, post on other platforms. But basically, if YouTube gets to the point where they're just banning people, then people are probably going to start looking around for an alternative to YouTube, right? Yeah. They can ban one person here, one person there, but if they just start, banning, just everyone who disagrees with them, then
they're going to be like IUIC.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. The melodist here says, when is the Darth Vader? When is Darth Vader?
That's my boy, Robbie.
When is Darth Vader coming to the Boom Boom Room? Yeah, we were going to release it when they were releasing the last, the final trailer.
It looks dope. It was dope.
Yeah, it's dope. But then I was like, gosh, the movie's about to come out. Why not release it like the day of the movie or the day before the movie? So, yeah, if I'm not banned by YouTube, then the day that the new Star Wars movie comes out, or maybe the day before, that's when we'll be posting that. But we have several that we've recorded already and haven't posted yet. I have Muhammad Meets Moses. Haven't posted that. Muhammad Meets R. Kelly. Muhammad Meets Michael Jackson. We recorded Muhammad Meets Sigmund Freud with the apostate prophet as Sigmund Freud, because he actually grew up in Germany, and so he has this awesome German accent. And
those are all funny.
Moses.
I said Moses already.
My bad.
Pay attention.
Socrates Part 3 too.
I already posted Socrates Part 3.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Pay attention.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, just like when I was driving today.
Yeah, Vocab. I told him you get into the music and then you just miss everything.
Hey, Darth Vader says, "Have I been summoned?" That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. People are coming in late here. Yeah, we discussed this earlier on, so you can go back and watch that. But yes, the KKK video is available on BitChute. But if you look at my comments, the messages that I sent out on YouTube, I sent out a message earlier that it's also on YouTube on Wyatt's channel, so you can check that out there. But yeah, if you go to one of my videos and find a link to my BitChute account, and you go on there, and yeah, the video's there.
There are over 500 people on, and it is late.
Nice.
Are any of you going to church tomorrow? I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Bunch of heathens.
So we literally just got back from San Diego, guys. Is there anything else we want to talk about from San Diego? We only talked about the Hebrew Israelites and linking up with YouTubers. We bought books. We ate good food.
You seriously going to tell these people about buying books?
Yeah.
That's what you want to talk about?
That's the kind of stuff I do on my channel, bro. I give them book reviews, book recommends, and we even have a Street Apologist book club, and they like it.
Anthony left with like 1 million books.
Yeah, how did he pay for all those? Anybody know?
I'm getting soft in my old age, so I gave him a little book budget. He makes videos for my channel, so these conferences are the best place of the year to buy books because the publishers show up. They kind of cut out the middleman. The publishers show up themselves, and it's usually like 50% off books. And so if you want a bunch of scholarly books, it's way cheaper to get them at the conferences and stuff. So anyway, Anthony makes cool videos for my channel. And so yeah, I gave him a little book budget to go.
Shout out to Mr. Phil Fox. He is a fantastic supporter. And shout out to Liza J. Man, the way she gets those clips together is just dope. So keep up the good work.
Nice.
Oh, and hey, there's Carmen from LA. What's up, little Carm? How you doing? Good to see you.
Carm. What's up, Carm?
I know there's some other folks. And also shout out to Roxby and Nate for spreading the word about this show.
And Nusa, I think is how you say it. Another patron.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Who's patron?
Nuxa. I can't.
Is it a super chat?
No, she doesn't like you that much.
But yo, everyone watching this, please subscribe to my channel because I'm trying to clear 20K before the end of the year. And 16, that's 4,000 more, bro. That's a lot. I don't know. I don't. It's a little far away.
What's
you
that?
Can do it.
20K before the end of the year.
Who, you?
Yeah, but we're at 16, so that's kind of a long shot.
What do you think, Wood?
It's a long shot right now. It's not impossible though.
Well, at your current rates of growth,
right?
You'll hit 20K and
you'd have to post something else that's pretty dope. But I mean, really, it can kind of happen any time, right? Like you post a video, whatever we're gonna call it. By the way, what should we call that? Because we were talking about what to call the video with the with IUIC earlier.
If you were here to hear
it, Hebrew Israelites playing peekaboo with Vocab Malone. Could go that route, or we could go Hebrew Israelites call cops on David Wood and Vocab Malone and Jon McCray and stuff like that.
I think
call cops on David Wood and Whaddo You Meme.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, we got some great video at the Evangelical Theological Society annual meeting of us doing shenanigans. And so freestyling in the parking garage, telling stories, these fools riding scooters. David Wood says he's going to edit a video together of our San Diego apologetics trip, right?
So you tell him the scooter story?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Should we finish it? Because I posted part of it. Let's finish it. Go ahead.
All right, so downtown in San Diego, there's these little scooters everywhere, and they're some of them are run by Lyft, right? So me and Anthony Rogers we were talking and hanging out, and Wood and Vocab were going to get some food, and the walk was kind of far. It's probably like about a 15-minute walk or something like that, right? So they were walking down to go get food. Me and Anthony Rogers see these scooters with Lyft, and so I was like, okay, cool. So we open the app, put on the app or whatever like that, blah, blah. Drive by. Actually, this is when we were leaving. We drive by, and I was looking at Wood. Me and Anthony were on our scooters. We were passing by Wood and Vocab and all that, and I was like, see you later, losers. We're all just like laughing at them because we're all driving by all fast, right? So we get all the way down there, and then
so they blow it. He blows by us. Hey, losers and stuff, and we're walking back to the hotel. And it kind of does suck, right? We got to walk all the way back to the hotel. These guys fly by us on scooters.
Right. Smell you later.
We keep walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. All of a sudden, we get to the intersection. These guys are stuck at the intersection, right? They haven't been able to cross for the traffic. So we actually kind of walk past them. We're like, all right, guys. And so we walk there. And so anyway, then they blow by us again. Ha ha, losers. They fly by us. So we finally walk all the way back to the hotel, and we see Anthony and John outside the hotel. And what was the problem?
So we parked the scooters, and then so we open our apps
on their phones, like looking at. I'm like, why are you playing your phone? And they're holding on the scooter with one hand and the phone's on the other.
We're trying to hit end ride. It's kind of like you hit the end ride, and then you just park it, and then you're done. Because that's how it was on the way there. And then when we got to the hotel, we're like it wouldn't let us hit end ride. It was gray. And so like then Wood and Vocab and them were like laughing like, hey, cool scooters or whatever. And then they walk in, right? And then me and Anthony are out there for like longer. We're like, what is going on? I was like, maybe we're in like a no park zone or something. Maybe you can't park it here. I was like, let's go down there.
Didn't an old lady tell you or something?
Yeah, no, old lady said we can't drive on the streets. You can't drive on the sidewalk. Said you have to drive on the street. But anyways, so then we go down. And it still won't shut off. We go down further, still won't shut off. We finally end up like super far, and then it let us exit out. And then we ended up walking further to get all the way back, further than it was for us to even if we just walked. It was awful.
So we were loving this.
Yeah,
we're in there at the conference. We're like, where are they? What in the world's going on here?
That's super awesome.
Qatar here says, sorry for spamming, but 2 more questions. One, is the Holy Grail ever actually mentioned in the Bible? Two, do we go straight to heaven or hell when we die, or do we lie dormant in our graves until the second coming? What you do have mentioned in the Bible is the cup at the Last Supper, which that's supposedly what the Holy Grail is. As far as this great thing with powers and so on, or something from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade and things like that.
Let me just read that real quick. Matthew chapter 26, and the section goes 17 to 25, and in most Bibles it say the Passover. Key verse, it says this. Okay, right there. Sorry. So, wait, where did the part go? Okay, there it is. My bad. I said the wrong part. It's 26 through 30, and it says this. After drinking the cup and giving thanks, he gave it to them, saying, drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood, the blood of the covenant that is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. So there's a cup. He drinks from it, and then he passes it to them, and he's saying, this is the blood of the covenant, and the covenant is for the forgiveness of sins. So he's saying you symbolically will be unified with me, which means unified with my death, which means your sins will be forgiven. But it doesn't say anything in any place about a holy grail. It just says a cup. No one would have preserved it. Somebody washed it afterwards, and they reused it later.
Now, there was one something that was cool about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Anyway, if you saw that, it's they're on a quest for the Holy Grail, right? They want the Holy Grail because it can supposedly grant you immortality, and so they're on the quest for this Grail, and they have to go through all these things, and they get through them all, and you have to pick. You get there, and there's all these different cups and chalices and so on, and you have to pick which one it is. And the one guy, he drinks from this beautiful, ornate thing, cup with all these jewels and so on it. And he goes, it's more beautiful than I ever imagined. And he drinks from it and drops dead. And the knight who's there says he chose poorly. And then Indiana Jones is there, and he looks around for like just the raggediest cup. And he goes, that looks like a carpenter's cup, right? Something that a carpenter would drink out of. And so he didn't go for something fancy. So that was cool because he chose wisely, and so that's why he lives forever.
Oh, you forgot the second one.
Oh, second one. Actually,
on this day.
Actually, if you guys want to answer this, you can. But
okay.
Sam is a master of this topic, so I would actually say I've heard Sam go through this, but Pitar, Sam, wait till Sam's on a live stream with me, or go to one of Sam's live streams. He's been live streaming almost every day, except when he's traveling, but he's been live streaming almost every day. Ask him that because he actually breaks it down with like the Greek words that are used with Hades and Gehenna and the stages that they refer to and so on. And he will do a massively better job than I will. So you guys want to leave that to Sam?
Yeah, leave it to Sam. He might be on the way. I don't know.
If he comes over here, we'll do that. But if not, then come back on a live stream when I'm with Sam, or just go to one of his live streams. He'll probably mouth off and insult you, but he doesn't mean a lot by it. He mouths off and insults all of us, and you just got to give him a good crack every once in a while, and
then he gets going.
And then you put him in his place, and then he calms down a bit. All right, so probably look at a couple more comments here, and I'm just trying to shout out to all the I'm trying to shout out all the super chats because
cool.
Sometimes I say absolutely nothing, and I hear that's rude of me.
Yeah, very much. That's bad, too. It was rude for David Wood. You can't find it.
Oh, yeah, that's a quick one to answer. Andrew says, any plan for Thomas Jefferson in the Boom Boom Room? And, yeah, I think we will have Thomas Jefferson. He's not someone we want to get to immediately, but if our plan is to go all the way up through like 100 episodes. Right, like 100 episodes of the Boom Boom Room. We're planning to do seasons of 25, right? Seasons of 25. So once we finish 25, then we'll probably take a break for a few months, and probably take a break for a few months, and then when we're not doing that, we'll probably do something else. Like we've we come up with plans for things like Muhammad plays video games and stuff, like Muhammad plays Minecraft and stuff like that. So we thought of stuff like that. But so yeah, somewhere probably in the 50 to 75 range we'll get to Thomas Jefferson. And the reason there is because I know everyone's going to flip out and say, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson, it was his nephew who had sex with her. I think it was actually Thomas Jefferson. But the idea is if Thomas Jefferson had sex with his slave, and everyone flips out about it.
They've got something in common.
Yeah, so put it this way. Either Thomas Jefferson did, in which case he's got a parallel with Muhammad, although Muhammad's going to turn out to be much, much worse. Or Thomas Jefferson didn't do it, and it was like his nephew or something like that, in which case, or brother or something like that, in which case Muhammad is just way, way, way worse. But they also have all kinds of other issues that they can discuss about,
one thing that's different,
how to have a good country and things like that.
So you're gonna do Muhammad playing games? You should have him play Scrabble.
We're thinking of Minecraft, but
hey, whoa, before we go on here, if we had Muhammad play Scrabble, this could simultaneously be something for atheists, right? Because what are the odds that a man who can't read is going to put together a coherent word, even a word? He just spend hours there trying to put together a word before he gets to anything by chance. Hey, because the classic question is, hey, if 1,000 monkeys were typing at random, how long would it take them to type out something like Romeo and Juliet or something like that? So we could change the example. If Muhammad, if illiterate Muhammad were playing Scrabble, how long would it take him to write out something?
That would be funny.
Now, what were you tossing into? Okay, I just had to say that. So I wanted to say that so that there's a record of it.
I wasn't saying much. I was just saying Jefferson did have a Quran. We know that. I did a whole video on it because that came up in your Muhammad hijab debate.
Wait, which one?
The Muhammad hijab brought up the fact that Thomas Jefferson owned a Quran.
Oh,
yeah. No, he didn't say. No. He didn't say owned a Quran. He used them for criticism against the Trinity. And so I did a response video where I talked about what Jefferson had to say about the Quran in Islam, which was not good. That's what I meant to say. He brought up Jefferson, though, in your debate with criticism against the Trinity. And so I made a video about Thomas Jefferson's Quran, basically.
Yeah, because as everyone knows, world-renowned theologian and Bible scholar Thomas Jefferson is the final say.
Right.
Who, by the way, was a deist. No, I mean, we have a comment for him. I don't know if you included this, but where he said that Islam, I think he said Islam stifles free thought or something like that.
That's in the video.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick,
that's his view. So notice, hey, if Thomas Jefferson's your man, then yeah, check out what he said about Islam.
Real quick, where can I find the banned KKK video from Petrus?
Petrus said, where can he find the banned KKK video? Hey, can someone go over to
BitChute?
Wait, I don't know if people can post links here, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, could one of the mods go over to Wyatt's channel if you have the link and post the link to that video, and that way because you can watch it on BitChute, so you can go to my recent videos where I talk in front of my bookshelf. Those are usually the videos where I post links to my other channel, like my BitChute account and stuff like that. You can go over there, but if someone wants to post a link to Wyatt's channel, that's cool because then he gets some views on his channel. And by the way, anyone who wants it, you're free to download it and repost it, and then you have it on your own channel.
And then get banned. No, actually, I don't know if that's a good idea, right?
What?
Because they said if people aren't generating money, they're starting to delete these smaller channels. So if they post those video, might have the code on it. Might not be a good idea.
I don't know. I mean, again, Wyatt hasn't been taken down. He posts, hey, this is satire. He posted it in the line.
Okay.
And I mean, really, it's not hate speech, right? I mean, it's some moron. It's some moron who bans this, and so. Good. Yeah, it's up to you. You've got your own channel, so you can decide what to do.
Good luck.
Stickman here says, should have sent this long ago. Very much enjoy your work. Use it all the time. That's awesome. And you know what's really cool? We've got way more stuff coming out.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Our generation Our generation is the first generation that's had open access to all these sources. And we barely scratched the surface on exposing some of the issues in the Muslim sources and how these can be used to refute Muslim claims about Islam and also be used to undermine Muslim objections to Christianity. And YouTube, how long have people been doing YouTube? Like 10 years, right? We're going to end up with a lot of people doing YouTube, going through the sources. And so it's not just going to be 1 or 2 or 3 people doing this. You're going to end up with tons of people doing it, and then they can kind of divide up the work. And I would just like to see lots of people working. I'd like to see a Christian apologetics network where people are responding to everything, right? You have the people who are dealing with, atheist arguments, and people who are dealing with arguments of this group or that group, people who are dealing with the arguments of Islam. But if you get enough people, you can kind of respond to anything. I mean, kind of respond to everything, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, okay, Zakir Naik's new video is out. Who's going to respond to the ridiculous points made by Zakir Naik? I think one of the things I'm going to do in the very near future, we were talking about this on the trip, because I was talking to someone who, a young guy. Oh yeah, he's one of the guys we were talking to about who wants to start doing YouTube videos. But he was talking about it was in a live stream where someone brought up John chapter 5 verse 30, where Jesus can do nothing of himself, and they got this from Zakir. Zakir Naik is the one who really popularized this, that Jesus saying he can do nothing of himself. That refutes the deity of Christ. And so anyway, and it was in a live stream that actually went through John chapter 5 to show what Jesus is actually saying there, what he says in context. And what he actually says in context, if you read it, he clearly claims to be God, but that whole passage starts off with people thinking, when he claims to be the Son of God, that he's claiming to be a separate deity from the Father. And so he claims to be God, 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 is pointing out that the Son of God is also God, because the Son is his position in the Trinity. And by the time you get to John chapter 5 verse 30, what he is saying is, as some separate God, as some separate thing by himself, he can do nothing, right? He's pointing out that he is one with the Father, which he also says in the Gospel of John. So people like Zakir Naik, which we already saw earlier in there with taking the claim where Jesus says, my God and your God, right? Ignore everything else Jesus says. If you actually respect Jesus, you would want to take into account everything he says and accurately represent what he said. If you don't really respect Jesus and you're just trying to destroy his message, then you pick out some little thing, completely distort the meaning of it, and then use that to attack the true teachings of Jesus. Well, people like Zakir Naik, that's what they do. And so Zakir Naik goes to John chapter 5 verse 30 in a chapter that is absolutely filled with teachings about the deity of Christ, and is absolutely, you cannot understand the passage apart from the doctrine of the Trinity. Zakir Naik takes one little part of a verse, completely distorts the meaning, and then uses this to claim that to refute the deity of Christ. Anyway, I was saying to this young guy I was talking to, I was like, yeah, because I'd gone through the entire passage in a live stream. I was saying, yeah, I do need to make a video out of that. But what I was thinking is, I'm going to make a video series, how Zakir Naik reads the Bible, right? And how Zakir Naik would read the Bible, it would have that little part is still there, and everything else in the entire chapter is like crossed out with a Sharpie. And so all that's left is that little part. And this is how Zakir Naik reads the Bible, and that's how he encourages his followers to read the Bible. And what's the problem here? Well, that's just intellectually dishonest. 1. 2, you would never allow us to read the Quran like that, right? I mean, the main response, no matter what we say about the Quran, the first response is, oh, but in context, the command to fight people and so on. In context, that means something else. So in context, the claim that you can beat your wives, that means something totally different, right? Their favorite defense is the context defense. somehow they get to the Bible and everything they've ever said about context just goes out the window, and it's let's completely destroy the context of every single passage we go to. So anyway, I think I'll probably get to something like that. What's up?
I gotta be up in a couple hours for the airport, so
just stay up.
No, I'm
sleep on the plane.
I'm fading fast, bro. I'm fading. So hey,
week.
Go ahead.
What?
Oh, that's what you're saying. Something.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, hey, good to see everybody on here. Love you all. And I will see you next time around. I've got some stuff planned too for the people that are subbed to my channel. I got some stuff planned out that's going to come out this week. I'm excited about. So anyways, good to see you all, and good night to you all. And
good night.
Good night to you guys.
You got any final words for them?
Well, just like a quick question, I guess. What do you mean? You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, you totally caught them off. You totally caught them off guard.
All right, hey, yeah, I'm gonna. Are you guys gonna be up?
Nah, I'm about to get off here too. I think.
You,
second, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get off here in a second.
Ready for a skit.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you get out of the way, then Vocab can sit down.
Yeah,
and take a few more
sounds
questions.
Good.
And show everyone what I got David for a celebration of his 400,000 videos. Check it out.
One punch!
When I got it, he said, "No one ever gets me gifts."
People hand me money, but don't give me gifts. Which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that. The people who do get me gifts usually get me some dumb thing that I, oh, look at this great shirt. And I don't like that shirt and stuff like that. So anyway, my mother-in-law will get me a present. It'll be like, she knows I read a lot, so she'll get me a book, but it'll be like the last book on the planet that I would ever think of reading. It's just something she saw like in Costco. And so she'll just, oh, look, here's a book. And she'll get it, for me. And yeah. So anyway, Liza says, I have all your videos uploaded. You have all of them up. You mean uploaded or downloaded? Downloaded is when you take it off the internet and store it somewhere. Uploaded is where you put it up there. You have all them uploaded somewhere, like on a channel. You say, I'm going to create a BitChute channel, 100% for your content. Yeah, tell me what you mean. If you meant you have them downloaded, so you have them stored somewhere, and you're going to upload them. If you already have them uploaded to some channel, yeah, let people know where that is. And if not, yeah, then let us know when you have that material as a backup. I'll send people there. I'll tell people, hey, if you want my stuff, there's the backup. All right, so we'll probably take a couple more questions, and then we have to get to if you weren't around earlier, we mentioned that tonight we are recording Muhammad Meets the YouTube Trust and Safety Team, and the YouTube Trust and Safety Team is going to explain how they do things on the YouTube Trust and Safety Team, which is they're doing a pretty crap job. Yeah, as I pointed out earlier, these guys are the modern versions of book burners, banning content that they don't like. Zareda says, David Wood, how many have you led to Christ? I don't know. I don't count. For a while, when I was on Facebook, I started sort of scrolling through all of the comments on YouTube. I didn't read them all. I would kind of skim them to look for comments from people who were leaving Islam. And when I saw one, I would take a screenshot. I would take a screenshot and then share it on Facebook. I only did that for probably a month, but I was posting between 1 and 3 a day. So between 1 and 3 a day, and that doesn't mean those are the only people who were leaving Islam. Those are the people who were actually notifying me. But I was posting between 1 and 3 a day of people who were leaving Islam. Now, some of them left Islam and didn't become Christians. They might become, they might just not know what to believe or something like that. But most of them have become Christians. But that was extraordinarily time consuming going through the tons of YouTube comments that I get every day. So. Yeah, so I stopped doing that, but yeah, you can go to. I posted some of those, by the way. I posted some of those comments, so you can go to, if you type in "leaving Islam," Act 17 apologetics, leaving Islam. I think I posted several videos where I actually go through some of the comments of people who were leaving Islam, or leaving Islam and then converting to Christianity. So you can check out some of those. But yes, I don't know how many, and I may not know until I'm somewhere much cooler. What are you laughing at?
Just funny.
Oh yeah, Liza also pointed out Sam Shamoun's channel is Shamunian. Shamunian. Now keep in mind, Sam is a total hothead. He does not get along with human beings in general. But the key to actually sort of getting along with Sam is to view him as partly mentally insane. That is how I view him. I view him as someone who has mental health problems. And so when he when he says something crazy, I don't think, oh, here's something I need to really get upset about. I think, here's something a crazy person said. With that said, the guy has brain powers that no one else I've ever met had, and it allows him to be absolutely phenomenal Bible teacher, and his recall of passages in the Quran and the Bible and the Hadith and so on is unparalleled. So awesome teacher. But I'm pointing this out because if I'm sending you over to his channel and you go over there, you'll see him you'll see him flip out on us. He doesn't mean anything by it. He points out that it's sort of a cultural thing among Assyrians, right? He says basically that they're quick to flip out on people, but they're also quick to forgive, right? They don't hold grudges for a long time. So that's a good summary of Sam Shamoun. But if you want some deep lessons on in Bible studies, then yeah, go to Sam Shamoun. So anyway, the channel's here. If you want to go to Sam's live stream, then his channel is Shamunian. I have links to Vocab and John's channels in the description box, so be sure to subscribe to those.
Stickman says, how can we download your videos? There's free downloaders on YouTube you're allowed to use, like y2mate.com, for example. Yeah,
I use programs that I buy. Like I use one called Joxta that you buy it, but then once you turn on Joxta, any video you're watching, it will download it. So you don't keep it on. It's basically, hey, I know I want to download this video, so you turn it on and then you start the video, and it automatically downloads the video. But if you look up, if you just do a Google search for how to download YouTube videos, there are all kinds of online programs, and they'll usually say, take the link of the video, get the link of the video, and then go insert it here, and then click, and then it will ask you, what file size you want to download it in, and so on. So yeah, you can download that way. But yeah, you just do a little bit of background. What you don't want to do is go to like a bad site, right? Because there are sites, there are malicious websites out there that will say, hey, here's a YouTube downloader, and it's actually, they're trying to put something on your computer or something like that. So just, look for something you can maybe find some reviews for or get a recommendation for, and that's a good way to go. So yeah, so anyway, John's channel, Vocab's channel, links to those are in the description box, and then Sam's channel, check it out at your own risk. But smart dude. And again, just think of him as a little insane when he flips out and blocks you over disagreeing with him about something like that. And then you're good.
Sam Sophie's in here saying Calabria over Sicily. Sam Sophie, that's the toe. You're the toe. Why are you bragging about being the toe? That makes no sense at all. That's all I got to say. What? Because he's saying the toe of Italy is down there, right? On the tip of the boot.
Uh-huh.
He's over here saying Calabria over Sicily, which is the island, right? But I'm just saying he's a toe. So I don't know why he's saying that.
You ever seen Sam Shamoun's toes?
Yeah, remember when we were doing Islamicize Me and he was the sheikh? He had no shoes on.
Did you see? You see his sideways? His side.
Yeah, and he was showing us the.
It's weird. Apparently, there are people in the world. He's not the only one, but he has 4 normal toes, and then his pinky toe is flat. Right? It looks like it's been horribly mashed, and it's sideways. It's a sideways flat toe, and so he has those on both feet. But apparently, it runs in certain people around the world. So. Anyway, maybe that's a source of his brain power.
His strange toes. It's so funny that
you don't know how stuff is related genetically.
Here I am talking about southern Italy, and this guy brings up Sam Shamoon's toes.
You brought up.
It could be worse. You
were calling him the toe. The toe,
well,
and I was just talking about Sam Shamoon.
It could be worse. We could be talking about Alex's hairy chest. We had a beach house in San Diego, right?
Yeah, I actually found out this is Bobby Conway, the 1 minute apologist. He's like, let's rent a beach house. I'm like, what? We can't afford that. But it turned out to be cheaper. Thanks to Airbnb, it's actually, if you have a bunch of people, right, who are going to be getting hotel rooms, actually significantly cheaper to get a beach house for basically the price of one hotel room. You get an entire house, and then we had like 8 or 9 people all staying at the beach house.
And then it became a hangout spot. We had Mike Winger and Aspiring Philosophy come over too. But there's one guy, our friend, who was a Frenchman, who insisted on running around the house with his hairy chest.
Yeah.
We had a fun trip. It was a blessing. We had a fun trip. But the reason why we went to this, so everyone knows, in San Diego, there's a couple of reasons. But one of the reasons is apologists aren't the frontline scholars in most instances. In most instances, the apologist is gaining the knowledge and information from frontline scholars. When I mean that, I mean it's people who read a lot of times multiple languages. They're going in various primary sources. They're uncovering new research. Usually the apologist is learning from them. A lot of scholars aren't the best communicators or popularizers, but they're good at what they do, which is being academic and learning stuff. So we go to these conferences to learn from them, then to bring the information to you. So we get the books, we hear from them directly, we make connections with them, then to you. The other big reason is to connect with the other YouTubers there, because there's a group of YouTubers and the other apologists there, because there's also apologists there who aren't really YouTubers as well. So trip was dope. We had fun in the beach house too. It's pretty wild.
Hey,
Sam,
check out the comment I got. Sam just texted us haters. He texted haters. Yeah, so guys, if you're subscribed to Sam's channel, make sure you unsubscribe. He just called us haters, and that is unacceptable.
Shout out to Sam. He got me a book at ETS.
Sam got you something?
Yeah, he got me the Dictionary of Messianic Prophecy. It's really dope, and he got the author to sign it. Really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to Sam.
That's cool that he did something nice for anyone.
That was a good look. That was a good look.
Firefox Head says, release the boom booms every 2 weeks, otherwise withdrawals won't be nice. Our initial plan was to release one per week, and we've actually we've been recording enough to do that. Sometimes I just get sick of the editing, because the editing turns out to be like a 2-day process. So we'll do the recording, but then it's another 2 days to get all the editing right. I assume that there are some that are easy, but if it's requiring any sort of special effects or putting the sources together to put the sources on the screen, it ends up taking a lot of time. And then anyway, I'll just keep putting it off until 2 weeks goes by and stuff like that, and then I'll eventually do it. But yeah, the plan was one a week. I think one every other week would be more realistic, but we are still planning on doing seasons of 25. Do you know about this? How can Sakari claim that David is perfect, since David obviously sinned? Yes, David definitely sinned. Do you know about their claim that David is perfect?
The World in 80 Days, I don't know about them claiming that, because we've actually criticized Hebrew Israelites, Sakari's the Hebrew Israelite group, for believing that David, his person, is reincarnated as Jesus Christ. They think Solomon. We've criticized Sakari for saying that Solomon and Adam are like in Jesus, not David, I'm sorry. And so we've criticized them because we say you have imperfect people who are incarnated in Jesus, so that means Jesus, he can't be sinless. With David, I've never heard them say that David was sinless. I'm not sure I've never heard that, but it's interesting to hear it.
Yeah, so if you'd like a response to that, go ahead and find a clip where they're saying that and send it to Vocab, and then Vocab, he can just go ahead and do a video about that.
They can find out about that, because I do know this around the world. Sakari believes that David, if they follow One West legends, David got reincarnated as a man named Mashah. Mashah was a leader of the old school back in Harlem, and he had his own separate group later on, and it was called House of David because supposedly Mashah was actually supposed to be David reincarnated. And Mashah definitely wasn't perfect, and even a lot of the groups recognize that. So I don't know. I haven't heard this claim. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again, find a clip of that if you like a response from Vocab, and he'd probably make you. If they do say that, then that's an easy video to respond to.
Shout out to D New. Go ahead, guys, and block the Flat Earther, because that Flat Earth Bible or whoever it is, I asked them to not come in my channel and just talk about the Flat Earth all the time. I don't mind if they're Flat Earth or they believe that or if it's relevant. Yeah, but all they do is talk about Flat Earth, so they block. They're doing it again now.
Yeah, pretty much anyone who comes in with something like that and just tries to drive everything off topic, then yeah, you can block people like that. They might have been blocked already because we're back. We're doing some old. We're still pretty far back.
Oh, shout out to Warrior Woman too, and Andrew. I don't know if you saw a bunch of times somebody was saying that they love you in Pakistan.
That's true. I think Pakistanis love me more than anyone else.
All right.
No, they do. Pakistanis and Indians.
I could see that.
And then Copts. So Pakistanis and Indians are probably equal. Then Copts. Then lots of other Arab Christians. By the time you get to Americans, you guys are cool, but lots of Americans think I'm way too mean.
Well, he says the cops love him, but you know who loves the cops? IUIC.
Different kind of cops. But, so anyway, when it comes to criticizing Islam, Pakistanis and Indians know that I'm right on the money.
Shout out to Gerard Perry from Brooklyn.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna try and zoom through this to see if we can catch anything else here. But basically, we're gonna have to go out, or we're not gonna have time to make this video.
Yeah,
before I have to leave.
We do gotta get out of here. You gotta show me how to make your comments so big like that. My comments are always small type. I don't know. When I try to enlarge them, it doesn't let me do it. No, on the screen. I know how to do it in the box. There? Yeah.
You don't know how to do that?
No.
Then you're brainless. You mean like that? You just grab onto it. See?
Huh. I only knew about this clip. I didn't know about that side clip.
See? So
well, that's very good to know.
All right. Well, that helped out Vocab there. So now he learned a little bit about how to use the program.
Thanks.
All right. So let me just let's tell everyone what we got coming up. So yeah, here in the next day or two, I'll be posting Muhammad Meets the YouTube Trust and Safety Team. After that, I'll have one or two videos that I've been wanting to get to coming up. I did record some videos with a couple different Christian apologists out at the conference. I'll probably post those. I took a clip from Michael Brown there. Dr. Michael Brown was there, and I asked him how can Christians love our Jewish friends and neighbors, and so got an awesome response from Michael Brown. And then Abdul Murray was there. Abdul Murray's an ex-Muslim, works with RZIM. I asked him how can Christians love our Muslim friends and neighbors, and so going to post videos like that. So I got some stuff like that. And then Friday, interestingly, a week ago, or almost a week ago, whenever that was, I did a live stream with the Apostate Prophet. And after the live stream, we were chatting, and he was like, "Hey, you know, so much weird stuff in these Muslim sources. Isn't it weird that the passage about Muhammad running back to his Muhammad was out and he saw a beautiful woman, and it says he ran home to have sex with his wife after he was basically he was aroused by the beautiful woman." And I was like, yeah, I used that when I used to blog, but I don't think I've ever actually made a video about that. So I suggested to AP, I said, hey, we make videos, but we kind of make them in different ways. But what if we both make a video about that issue and we post it at the same time? So our plan is to post. I'm going to make a video. We're not going to collaborate or anything. We're not discussing it ahead of time. We just know the issue. I'm going to make a video the way I make a video. He's going to make a video the way he makes a video, and we're going to post them at the same time and then sort of link them to each other. So at the end of my video, it'll say, hey, and go check out the Apostates Prophets video, and his will say vice versa. And then later in the day, in the evening, we'll go live together and then just discuss the issue. So we're going to try that. It's kind of a new thing, but should be fun and interesting. So that'll round things out. That'll round things out for this week. What do you got coming up?
Well, I'm going to do a video, actually. I'm still looking into the news report, but it looks like there was a subway car, and there was a Jewish person in this car, and there was a Hebrew Israelite in this car, and apparently the Hebrew Israelite was insulting and accosting the Jewish person as they're wont to do. And guess who came to the Jewish person's defense? A Muslim. And I think I'm gonna do a video on about this. That's one thing. As well as I'm gonna do a video discussing our San Diego trip. I like to do reviews of that and share people stuff like that and give them a little inside gossip and not literally gossip people. You know. So those are two things. And I gotta sit down with Sakari that I'm still pushing out that I did in Philly. Plus this video we got in San Diego with IUIC. Plus, we asked Michael Brown a question about Hebrew Israelism in regards to a text that they misuse in Jeremiah. And there's something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So, yeah.
All right, so that's the stuff we got coming up. And I'm just going to scroll through to the end here. Make sure if you see anything you want me to stop on real quick. But other than that, I don't know.
Oh, Judah the Lion, that's my favorite Hebrew Israelite. He's totally cool. We actually got some cool Hebrew Israelites who join and now he's coming over to yours. So I got you one live check guy. And shout out to D New from Canada, by the way. So yeah, Judah Lion, he's a cool Hebrew Israelite guy. By the way, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 20,000 before the end of the year.
20. How are you going to get 20,000? You want 20,000? Make better content.
I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. But I'm going to try to do it in December. We'll see if it works.
You're going to your new idea?
Yeah. My idea basically is, you know, all the stuff we've done together besides Islamicize Me and besides the Boo Boom Rooms?
Yeah.
I want to take all that stuff and it'd be like Christmas gifts to Muslims to put it all on the channel once in December.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And maybe that'll help.
All right, I think this is the last comment, but Dan's a man. Says, dumb question, you probably covered this in the past. How come you don't bring up Dan Gibson's work on early history of Islam in regards to Petra and Mecca? Seems pretty legit. Jay Smith covers it. Because I've never really studied it. So anyways, for those of you who are wondering what this is about, it's the claim. The claim is that all of the early mosques that we can find archaeologically, mosques are supposed to point towards Mecca because Muslims are supposed to pray facing Mecca. And the claim is, I say the claim because I haven't actually studied the directions and actually done the maps and so on. The claim is that the early mosques don't face Mecca; they face a different city called Petra. And so the idea is that someone has massively, massively tampered with the history of Islam, and that Mecca wasn't the important city that it's believed to be by Muslims. That a Muslim leader just significantly rewrote the history of Islam, and so that's the claim. But yeah, Dan, most of the stuff I deal with in Islam is dealing with the Muslim sources. You have other guys who kind of deal with archaeology or examining Muslim manuscripts, and so I'll probably get to it at some point. But I generally just don't talk about things. I generally don't talk about things that I don't study. It's like I get messages pretty much every day from Christians in India asking me to respond to Hinduism, and I don't study Hinduism, so I'm not going to talk about Hinduism because I probably say a bunch of wrong things. So it's just a matter of I just haven't studied that issue, and basically we've got other people who have studied it, so I let them talk about it. But yeah, it might be interesting to investigate at some point.
Shout out to Michelle Marie. She's super faithful, super down. I see you in there.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up and work on this video. Muhammad meets the YouTube Trust and Safety team.
Sounds like it's gonna be a winner.
I wonder if it's going to be hate speech because they're criticizing the YouTube trust and safety team.
You said wrap it up. Are we actually going to wrap?
Oh, you want to wrap it up? You guys want vocab to rap when we wrap it up here? Vocab can freestyle. Hey, guys, tell us what you want vocab to freestyle about.
Oh, no. What's up, Nate?
Hey, Nate.
Oh, they're asking if you're going to be at Doctor for the Block, February.
Yeah, I'll be there, right? Isn't that the plan?
That is a plan.
And Gibson254 says when you will be live with Islam Critique. Yeah, where is I'm assuming he left because he probably hasn't been sitting here the entire time. But yeah, I'm planning on starting to go live a bunch here in the near future. So yeah, I'll probably be going live. I'm going to go live with Inspiring Philosophy. I'm going to go live with Apostate Prophets. And yeah, I'll definitely want to go live with Islam Critique.
Oh, you know they have a new Adidas shoe collection that's all Star Wars themed? I just saw it online when we were sitting here. It looks super dope.
Wow.
It reminds me, I wish we had time tonight to watch the 3rd episode of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that? It's freaking epic.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, I'm not even a Star Wars nerd, but like vocab, but yeah, it was pretty good, pretty decent show.
All right, let's do it.
All right, did we get any topics for you to rap about? Or you just,
Epstein.
vocab freestyle about Epstein.
All right.
Hang on. Let's see if anyone else said anything else. Freestyle about the conference.
All right, let's try. I'll just have to see these.
Rap it Kanye West at Joel Osteen's church. Yes, freestyle vocab Malone. Vocab give thanks for mechanized farming, lasers, and walking on the moon.
Okay.
Star Wars shoes? Oh,
yeah, Adidas Star Wars collection. They're super expensive, but they fly.
I don't know if he was just commenting because you just said it, or if he was saying that you should.
You
should. Oh, you got a second request to freestyle about the San Diego trip.
Okay, I won't be able to remember all these. You're going to have to go back through these, or they have to say them again.
Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to get.
You have to remember.
You don't have to get to all of those.
I can if I see them. I need to visually. But
so you definitely had the conference, and then you had the Epstein dude, Kanye at Joel Osteen's church, and there were a couple more. But yeah, if you get to any 3 of those, I think you're doing pretty good.
All right.
Are you ready? Ready for beat?
Yep.
You good? Ready, everyone? All right, we're wrapping up with this, and then we're cutting it off, and we're making videos. All right.
Oh.
What?
Oh, go. I was ready to go.
Oh, he said, "Oh, like I gotta see this." All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Trying to start right when you go.
Check it.
Don't want to choke like Epstein. Yeah. Gotta go. Don't want to choke. I don't want to choke on a mic like Epstein. I make that green like Joel Osteen. People out now. What happened to Epstein? They killed him, man. They took out his spleen. That was mean. Obscene. Gross. I mean, it was a nasty, grimy scene. It was grisly. He didn't choke. They killed him, yo. That was no joke. Check it. It was not a hanging. It was like some pedophile gang banging. Oh, what am I singing? I don't know. But they was slinging Kim, killing him. He's a villain. Peep it out now. What he did to children. That was nasty. If you ask me, not classy. Peep it out now, pasty. Next topic, I rap it. I switch the optic. I speak about the San Diego traffic. Yes, our trip was mad legit. Everybody knows evangelical scholarship is why we went, so now I got to spit about this, know what I mean? Oh, wait, back to Epstein and Osteen and Kanye West. We left Phoenix and we traveled west, went to San Diego, connected with other cats like a Lego. No halo, cause we're not perfect. People out now, scholar servant like Wallace. Can't call it. Other dudes, they pulled out this wallet, paid for my food, and plus your moons, and some other cats walking on the moon. Thank God for that, plus farm equipment. Here we go now, I got to rip it. Yes, we're gonna spit a sentence. We went to this cosmic conference, evangelical society. People out now, sobriety. Don't be trying the freestyle session late at night. You got a question, rip it. Hey yo, this the lesson. Peace out now. We got to be recording this next video. It's aimed at you, YouTube, yo. Peep it out. It's in the winter. We're coming after the YouTube census.
Oh yeah, subscribe to Vocab's channel. Hey, how do I cut this off?
Well, duh. You should know how to do your own video. It's on the right side.
It used to be right there. Oh, okay, there it is. It was covered up by that thing. All right, catch y'all later.
You can't. I get look. I help you learn how to use the equipment now. It's late.